Sara Maitland's How to Be Alone is an introspective and thought-provoking exploration of the concept of solitude, its historical context, and its significance in modern society. The author delves deep into the psychological, social, and spiritual aspects of being alone, offering a nuanced understanding of this often misunderstood state. Through a combination of personal anecdotes, historical research, and philosophical musings, Maitland challenges the prevailing negative attitudes towards solitude and argues for its essential role in human flourishing. The book begins with an examination of the evolution of the concept of solitude, tracing its roots back to ancient Greece and Rome. Maitland notes that for the early philosophers, such as Aristotle and Epicurus, solitude was seen as a necessary condition for contemplation and self-discovery. However, with the rise of Christianity, solitude came to be associated with sin and punishment, as hermits and ascetics sought to isolate themselves from the world as a form of penance. This negative view of solitude persisted throughout the Middle Ages and into the Renaissance, when artists and intellectuals were often forced to retreat into seclusion due to social pressures and political turmoil. Maitland then turns her attention to the modern era, exploring how the Industrial Revolution and the rise of urbanization further transformed our attitudes towards solitude. As people moved from rural communities to crowded cities, the concept of the solitary individual emerged, with many people feeling isolated and alienated from their fellow humans. At the same time, the growth of consumer culture and the proliferation of mass media created new forms of social connection that often felt superficial and inauthentic. This disconnect between our inner and outer lives, Maitland argues, has led to a widespread fear and avoidance of true solitude. The author spends a significant portion of the book discussing the psychological benefits of solitude. She cites research showing that periods of solitude can improve creativity, productivity, and emotional well-being, as well as enhance our ability to form deep connections with others. Maitland also explores the role of solitude in spiritual practices, such as meditation and prayer, arguing that these disciplines require a certain degree of inner stillness and self-awareness that can only be cultivated through extended periods of solitude. One of the most compelling aspects of How to Be Alone is Maitland's insistence on distinguishing between solitude and loneliness. Loneliness, she argues, is a negative emotional state that arises when we feel disconnected from others, while solitude is a voluntary state of being alone that can be experienced as profoundly fulfilling. To illustrate this point, Maitland shares numerous anecdotes from her own life, describing the ways in which she has sought out and embraced solitude as a means of personal growth and self-discovery. Maitland also addresses the social and cultural factors that contribute to our fear of solitude, such as the stigma attached to singlehood and the pressure to conform to traditional gender roles. She argues that these attitudes are not only harmful to individuals, but also limit our collective potential for growth and innovation. By encouraging us to reconsider our attitudes towards solitude, Maitland hopes to empower readers to embrace this essential aspect of the human experience. Throughout the book, Maitland draws on a diverse range of sources, including literature, philosophy, psychology, and history. She cites works by authors such as Virginia Woolf, George Eliot, and Emily Dickinson, as well as philosophers like Michel de Montaigne and Simone Weil. These references serve to illustrate the perennial relevance of the themes explored in How to Be Alone, and also provide readers with a rich intellectual context for understanding the book's arguments. In conclusion, Sara Maitland's How to Be Alone is a thought-provoking and deeply insightful exploration of the complexities of solitude. By challenging our societal biases against being alone, Maitland encourages us to reconsider the value of this essential human experience. Through her personal anecdotes, historical research, and philosophical musings, she offers a compelling case for embracing solitude as a means of self-discovery, creativity, and personal growth. How to Be Alone is essential reading for anyone interested in understanding the human condition and cultivating a more authentic, fulfilling life.